Alright, YouTubers, this is going to be an experimental pepper clipping. What I'm going to do is, I hear a lot of people on YouTube are talking about prune your peppers, you get bigger yield. Prune your peppers, you get a bigger yield. Alright, I have two of the exact same peppers. They are Big Bertha bell peppers, and they are right next to each other. They both have flowers at this state. They're about 6 inches tall. I can show you a different view. They're both in the same exact spot. They're the same age. They're both germinated at the same time. They both have flowers. I'm going to clip one. We're going to see how long it takes to put out new growth, how long it takes to reflower, and how many peppers I get off of it, to show, does pruning really yield that many more peppers, or does it not? I had a buddy of mine a few years ago that said, oh, prune them, prune them, prune them. I was like, why? It stunts the growth for at least 2 weeks. You don't see any new growth for at least 2 weeks. Then the plant has to work so much more harder just to put more growth out because it just got chopped off. Normally, topping a plant usually doesn't happen in the wild unless something hits it, breaks it off. And you really want to reserve that, in my opinion, in case you need it. But a lot of people, they do clip them. So what I'm going to do now is, I have the 2 pepper plants right here. I'm going to keep this first one right here normal. I'm going to clip the back one, both pieces, both growing tips. And we will most likely see all the flowers below where I clip fall off, just because it's stressed out. You never really want to stress your plants out to a point for more peppers, because you're stressing your plant, and that can do a lot to pepper production. And I will count every pepper, and I will make a video on every pepper I pick, even if it's one. I will make multiple updates. I will tell you when the flowering began for the chopped pepper. I will tell you when the growth started to kick back in on the new pepper. How many days? Today is June 9th. It's Monday. So let's get this started and go ahead. I'm going to leave that pepper, like I said, the front pepper will stay normal, which has flowers. This back pepper, I'm going to clip right there, and I'm going to clip right there. As you see, there's one flower left that came out of the middle, and I'm leaving the rest. Now, this is going to make it bush out. In reality, it will. But in the meanwhile, this plant just had its growing tips chopped off. So what it's going into now is panic mode to put out new foliage. This plant could possibly die. It could possibly live. Who knows? I'm hoping it lives, because I like 2 bell pepper plants. And just to show you, they are the same. There you go. And I'll bring you updates on, did I get a bigger yield? Did I not get a bigger yield? And at the end of the season, we'll find out if it's worth chopping your peppers. Typically, I don't do it just because, you know, like I said, it stops growth for at least 2 weeks. This one's going to grow for at least 2 weeks longer than this plant. This might put out more foliage in the center, but this is already putting out peppers. So this one already has the foliage and pepper production when this one doesn't. That's my theory on it. You know, I'm not an expert gardener by no means. I do have a ton of years under my belt gardening. I've been gardening since I was 5. So I do have a lot of years under my belt, and I'll be 30 this year. I started with my grandpa when I was 5. So I do have a ton of years. I have my own gardening box at, what was it, 9 or 10 years old. So I'll keep you guys posted, and we'll get this thing going, and we'll see which one does better. And if this one decides to do better, you know, I might start topping the plants every year. It depends on the yield. But I have a feeling the first one will put out more peppers by the end of the year. Stay tuned, keep looking for updates, and I'll keep you guys posted. See ya.